updates on sports stories across the globe. Aaron Akarejala joins us. Aaron, great to have you.
Yeah, a very good morning to you, Rufai. Good morning to you, Tundu. Good morning to you,
Morning.
Mr. Finim. Now let's get it started. Let's pick up from where we left off yesterday. We spoke about Serena Williams and the talk of retirement. As she says, that's even an outdated word. Probably we'll talk more of transitioning. 40 years of age, way past the prime. She's still actually vying for something in Canada at the National Bank Open. And at the moment, she says she's in a very strange place. But she's admitted she's getting closer to the light. Whether or not she will be able to bow out with a final hurrah at Flushing Meadows is left to be seen. But at the moment, she needs to even win this. She says she will take the rest of the ATP circuit, the WTA circuits in her stride, and let's see what happens. And at the moment, she's still a little bit unsure. She hasn't come out openly to say this is when I'm going to be pulling the plug. But at the moment, everyone seems to be sure that the inevitable is going to happen sooner or later. Serena Williams will call her time. Whether it's at Center Court or what is it?
I thought she after the American Open.
No, she hasn't really specified, because even the Vogue interview that was the quote from where I got yesterday's story from still didn't specify. And even in the press conference, she still didn't specify that after the US Open. But everyone seemed to be drawing conclusions that it's only logical to actually draw the line after the US Open. But let's see what happens. The US Open is next month. We'll find out. And she's talking about she's trying to probably get pregnant again. So if she wants to do that sooner than later. But she says she's trying. Okay. Away from that, let's talk about a very, very awkward and sad story. Ryan Giggs. Today will be day 3 at the Crown Court, and I must say that everything doesn't look good because his ex-girlfriend has brought out major allegations against him. That at one point he headbutted her, and he went on to do crazy things to her. They were at an hotel in Dubai. He threw her naked out of the room, threw her things at her, that had a laptop that hit her head, and all sort of cruelty that you would question his sanity, so to speak. The 48-year-old has denied and has pleaded not guilty to all the allegations that has been leveled against him. Even the sister of Miss Kate Greville, has also said that she was at the receiving end of Ryan Giggs' brutality. At some point, I think he actually hit her with his arm, and it's not looking good for Ryan Giggs. Of course, we know that he has actually paid a very, very huge price. Wales actually distanced themselves from him, and right now he's actually just alone, jobless. But nevertheless, all that has happened in their relationship. Now, it must be noted that she also agreed, talking about Kate, his ex-girlfriend, that they started dating, they started having an affair while he was still married, before they became lovers, and on, and it has been really, really a gory, and it's been a nightmare for her all through. But Ryan Giggs still pleads not guilty. He says he's not guilty of any of the things that have been leveled against him. And let's see, he's having his day in court. Let's see what actually happens. She has testified. We'd like to hear from Ryan Giggs, and let's see what actually happens. But it's really sad. All of this is actually coming to a fore, understanding that a lot of people idolize Ryan Giggs with all he had done for Manchester United over the years. Now, let's talk about the LIV Golf Tournament. Now, the FedEx Open is about to begin. It is the richest. Before the LIV Golf Tournament, it was the richest golfing event in the golfing calendar. And right now, we are hearing that some LIV golfers that wanted to participate in the FedEx tournament have not been given the green light, and the court has thrown out their case and said that they will not be participating. Now, away from that, Lewis Hamilton seems to be spreading his tentacles at the moment alongside the Walton consortium. He is buying a stake in the Denver Broncos. So at the moment, Lewis Hamilton will be able to say that he is a part owner of the Denver Broncos in a deal worth about $4.25 billion, which is the richest in the history of the NFL. Before then, we're looking at 2.5. It has almost doubled that at the moment. And Lewis Hamilton right now, he's a part owner of the Denver Broncos as we speak. Right now, we also hear the reports. It's still reports because it hasn't been confirmed by the Nigerian Football Federation, but reports have it that at the moment, talks are already in process to begin elections for who will become the next president of the Nigerian Football Federation. There's supposed to be an AGA that will precede the elections. The elections were due to happen in September. The AGA was due to happen later on this month, but court cases have actually hampered this. But at the moment, we are hearing reports that there are green lights that the AGA can actually hold that will determine the date for the elections and will determine who will become the next president of the Nigerian Football Federation. And finally, Team Nigeria, they've actually departed and all are celebrating. And we hear that President Muhammadu Buhari will be hosting them to a banquet whereby awards and all that is due to them will be given to them.
I think we can't wait for them. We can't wait for them to come in. We can't wait for that banquet. We can't wait to have a national celebration. You know, I'm so ecstatic that I don't see if there's anything wrong in declaring a public holiday for this, a national holiday for these girls that have gone out there to do something really, because we've not really celebrated something so dear to us in a while.
Yes.
And this is one of a kind. So let's go all out, paint the entire country green and white, celebratory mood, go all out, put the drums out there. I mean, let's just take a day off out of all of this that is happening to our country and just celebrate these girls. I think it's not too, much to ask for. So that's one. Two, I had to go check the Hamilton deal again. But it was a consortium that Hamilton was part of.
Yes.
These days. Because when you say Hamilton, I'm like, he doesn't have $4 billion.
Nobody. How many people will be able to shell out $4 billion?
He's not even worth 200 or 300 or 400. He's not worth $1 billion in the first place.
Yeah, I think he's worth about 300, 400.
So the thing is, maybe because of his celebrity status, the consortium, he just headlined it and all of that. Just like the bid. He put it with that consortium too for Chelsea at that point in time. So I'm sure he put a few millions of dollars in there. But good one for him. He's always made it known that he'll like to remain in America after retirement. I think he's even bought a ranch in Colorado.
Yeah.
He's got a very big ranch in Colorado.
Yeah.
And obviously Denver is in Colorado. So, it makes a lot of sense. And NFF, let's see how it goes. Will Amaju Melvin Penny come back?
We're not sure yet. After the AJ, we'll find out what he wants to do. He hasn't changed his initial stance at the moment.
Not to run or to
not to run. So,
okay.
But at the moment there is even no certainty because when you look at the playing field, we don't even have. I'm still looking out for solid candidates that will go out there and try to change Nigerian football. But let's see how it actually goes first of all.
Okay.
But Ryan Giggs still remains a topical issue. It's rather unfortunate that we are where we are. It's really sad, really, really sad.
Well, Serena Williams, the US Open may just be the last hooray. I hope she gathers enough steam to make that last stand at the US Open. And if you can pick that Grand Slam title, I think it would be a very good way to say.
But it's a very tall order.
I doubt. But if you pick it, I'll be happy. I love how to pick it. But
of course, it should start. Let's see what becomes of this National Open Championship going down in Toronto, Canada. What she does will determine what will happen in the coming weeks and in the coming months. As a matter of fact, someone like an Emma Raducanu, she's already out. And it shows that a lot of people have criticized the WTA for not being consistent. But at the same time, give it to those that have been shaking tables in the WTA. So whoever Serena Williams will be going against, we will not look at the star in Serena Williams. They will just look at her as another player on the other side of the court.
It's going to go all out with her.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it, I guess, so you don't get completely overwhelmed by her celebrity. But I think it will be such a shame. I think the game of tennis will be diminished when she moves on, when she evolves. She's calling it not retired. I didn't think retired
It has already diminished.
Yeah.
Because we don't have that consistent player in the field for the women.
It's unfortunate. But I guess that's life. Ash Barty retired and went off to be a golfer.
Yeah.
Serena is sort of hinting that she wants to build her family. Like you said, that might mean having more children and just doing other projects. But she really has had such a storied career. I mean, how many people's career is, you know, immortalized in an Oscar-winning movie? She's done spectacularly well for herself.
I must say, she has been a tour de force, as I like to put it. And I hope that they respect, the WTA respects and probably does something to immortalize her name. Because if you, like you said yesterday, she's the greatest of all time, if you'd ask me. If you'd ask me. A black that has had to overcome so much to get to where she was, and she was consistent for years. Regardless of what was thrown at her, whether it was always getting tested unduly because they felt she had some sort of advantage, or whether she had been body shamed time and time again, she was able to overcome everything, and she remained consistent, won 23 Grand Slams. I don't think anybody can come close. I don't think anybody can come close in the modern era.
Can I claim her now? Because she's our sister, really.
Yeah, she is.
She's our sister. She's not talking that called Yetunde the past. You know, she's our sister. So that just shows you it's the Nigerian spirit. You know, got roots in Badagry. Just putting it out there, Serena.
Aaron, there's football tonight, and how can you miss that? The biggest football club in world football.
Oh, Mr. Feli, don't
Real
go
Madrid.
there.
But they're playing, who are they playing this question?
From four that took out the likes of Manchester United and even Barcelona to win that cup.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, no, but
It's a Super Cup. It's not a big deal.
No,
People don't even watch it.
No, but if the big boys are stepping on the field, I mean, you just
If
acknowledge
the big
it.
boy, just for the big boy, that's Real Madrid. It's a men versus boy situation.
No, but you just acknowledge it.
You just want your team acknowledged every chance you get.
Because people like Aaron play it down. Because it is not Man City.
Aaron, are you partial? Well, thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.